ChatGPT. Relate ACM to the movie The Life of Buddha. The Life of Buddha through the lens of A Course in Miracles, ACM. The Life of Buddha is a profound story about awakening, suffering, compassion, identity, desire, and the search for lasting peace. Through the lens of A Course in Miracles, AM, it becomes a powerful illustration of the mind's journey from attachment to the world toward the remembrance of a reality beyond fear and suffering. At its heart, the movie asks, what is the cause of suffering, and can it end? ACM answers, suffering arises from the belief in separation and disappears through awakening to truth. The search beyond the world. The young prince begins surrounded by comfort, pleasure, wealth, and privilege, yet something remains unsatisfied. ACM teaches that nothing in the world can fulfill the mind's deepest longing because the longing is for God. The movie beautifully reflects this realization, the recognition of suffering. The Buddha's encounters with sickness, aging, and death awaken a profound inquiry. Why do we suffer? Why is life uncertain? ACIM begins from a similar observation. The world appears unstable because it is built upon the belief in separation. The movie beautifully explores this question. Leaving the kingdom. The prince leaves behind everything familiar: status, possessions, identity, security. ACM teaches that awakening often begins when we question the values the world teaches. The movie beautifully symbolizes this turning inward, the ego's promises. Throughout the journey, the Buddha discovers that neither pleasure nor extreme self-denial brings lasting peace. ACM similarly teaches that the ego offers endless substitutes, but never true fulfillment. The movie beautifully reflects this discovery. Hard. The quiet mind meditation and stillness play a central role in the Buddha's awakening. ACIM teaches, in quietness are all things answered. The movie repeatedly points toward the power of stillness beyond the chatter of the mind. The illusion of the personal self. One of the deepest themes in the Buddha's teachings is the investigation of self. What are we beyond thoughts, roles, and identities? ACIM asks a similar question. The self we made is not the self God created. The movie beautifully explores this inquiry. Compassion for all. As awakening deepens, compassion naturally expands. The Buddha sees beyond divisions and distinctions. ACM teaches that all minds are joined. The movie beautifully reflects the natural extension of love that comes from awakening. Temptation and fear. The story often portrays temptations, fears, and inner struggles. These can be viewed as symbols of the ego's resistance to awakening. ACM teaches that the ego resists its own undoing. The movie beautifully illustrates this process. Enlightenment and forgiveness. Although ACIM and Buddhism use different language, both point toward the release of attachment, judgment, and fear. Forgiveness in ACM serves a similar function to awakening in the film. The mind becomes free of the burdens it once carried. The central reflection. The ego watches the life of Buddha and asks, how do I avoid suffering? How do I improve myself? How do I find peace in the world? The Holy Spirit watches the life of Buddha and asks, what if peace is found by awakening from the world I made? Viewed through ACIM, the movie becomes a profound lesson about awakening, compassion, and the release of false identity. The Buddha's journey symbolizes the mind's willingness to question everything it once believed. The deepest message may be, the ego searches endlessly for peace through circumstances, achievements, and experiences. The awakened mind discovers that peace is not found through acquiring anything, but through releasing what obscures it. Beyond the changing world remains a quiet presence that has never suffered, never changed, and never left its source. Go to mwg.org to find some movie clips and a brief write-up by David Hoffmeister.